We have a very pivotal matchup of we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the New Orleans Saints. This is your Week 17, 2023 prediction and preview video. Hit subscribe button if you're new. Also hit the like button. This is going to be a very interesting game because Tampa Bay Buccaneers right now lead this division. And if they can win this game and they win next week, it pushes them right into the playoff spot. But the New Orleans Saints are still in this thing, but they have to win this game. Let's start off with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They've been on a 4-game winning streak, and this team has looked very good. In the last 4 games, Baker Mayfield has 9 passing touchdowns to just 1 interception. And last week, in a great victory over the Jacksonville Jaguars, to where they beat that team 30-12, Baker Mayfield was 26-35 for 283 passing yards and 2 passing touchdowns. Do the exact same thing in this game. The run game has been very inconsistent with this team, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers already beat this team once this season. Get Mike Evans involved and get Chris Godwin involved as well. Mike Evans had 2 receiving touchdowns last week for 86 receiving yards. And you look at Chris Godwin, 0 receiving touchdowns last week, only 1 receiving touchdown on the season. But that doesn't tell the full story. He is a very good number 2 option alongside Mike Evans if you want to put Mike Evans in double coverage. I do think that the New Orleans Saints are going to make this tough, and they're going to try to make things tough on Baker Mayfield. They're going to stop that run, and they're going to try to put a lot of pressure on Baker Mayfield as well. It comes down to him taking care of the football and not putting the ball in harm's way, and for the offensive line to step up in this game, because the New Orleans Saints are not an easy football team to game plan against, especially that tough defense. Now let's talk about the defense of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They did a great job last week of stopping Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Devin White came away with an interception, and he also sacked him 3 times. And you had 2 interceptions in that game. The secondary has played better in the last couple of games, but the secondary has given up a lot of big plays for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's not because the personnel is bad. You look at what Todd Bowles is doing. He's putting a lot of pressure on the quarterbacks by sending a blitz. And if the blitz doesn't get home, that's when things get bad for the cornerbacks and for the safeties on the back end. They have 44 sacks as a team. You're going to have to pay very close attention to guys like Vita Vea and Shaquille Barrett on this team, especially for this upcoming week. But go out there, stop the run, put a lot of pressure on Derek Carr, and be on special lookout for Chris Olave, because this is an offense that is struggling right now to score in the red zone. Their biggest weapons are Chris Olave, Juwan Johnson, and Alvin Kamara. And Alvin Kamara may not have those good numbers like he's had in the past with Sean Payton, but he's still one of the top running backs in the NFL, and you want to stop him. I'm looking at Devin White to be on him in one-on-one matchups and try to stop him coming out of the backfield, because he's their main source for offense with this team mixed in with Chris Olave. Go out there, put a lot of pressure on Derek Carr, and you can be in a very good situation. Now, let's talk about the New Orleans Saints. It's been tough the last couple of weeks. This team has found a way to put up a lot of good yards. They just can't score in the red zone. They have one of the worst red zone offenses in the NFL, and it's not all on the players around Derek Carr, and it's not even all on Derek Carr, even though Derek Carr has been a very bad red zone quarterback in the last couple of years. Pete Carmichael has to do a better job of calling plays. They did a better job of that late in the game against the Los Angeles Rams, where they lost that game 22-30. Derek Carr had 3 passing touchdowns and for 1 interception. He has to do a better job of taking care of the football in this game. You do not want to give the Tampa Bay Buccaneers numerous opportunities to go down there and score over and over again on a beat-up defense that will not have Marshawn Lattimore or Marcus May. Get Alvin Kamara involved. He only had 19 rushing yards last week, and he averaged 2.1 rushing yards a carry. That's not going to get it done against Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Try to get the run game going with Alvin Kamara and Jamal Williams as well. You can also do some type of screen plays with Alvin Kamara as well. Just get him going in the open field. They did that last week, but did not work as much. He had 5 catches for 16 yards. Get innovative with it. This game's going to come down to Pete Carmichael and Derek Carr. Can they click together with this offense? Because they're going to need them. This is a must-win for the New Orleans Saints, and they have the talent to do so. Just can they wake up? Chris Olave had 9 catches for 123 receiving yards as well. Had a good week. Rashid Shaheed had 5 catches for 70 receiving yards and 1 touchdown. And Juwan Johnson, like I mentioned before, is a star tight end with the team when he's fully healthy. Had 48 receiving yards last week and 1 receiving touchdown. Take care of the football, and the offensive line has to do a better job in protection as well. Last week, they didn't give Derek Carr much time in the pocket. If you do not give him much time in the pocket against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers team, this game is going to get ugly, and it's going to get ugly fast. Pete Carmichael called better plays, get the red zone execution going, and it comes down to the offensive line and the turnovers with the New Orleans Saints. They have the talent to do so. They just need to step up. As far as the defense with the New Orleans Saints, they're going to pay very special attention to Mike Evans. You don't have Marshawn Lattimore in this game, and he's a great matchup with Mike Evans. You still have some very good players on the defensive side of things. They're just dealing with a lot of injuries right now. Demario Davis has been a very good linebacker this season with this team. Expect for him to come out there and make some big plays, especially in coverage. But watch out for the wide receivers with this team when you talk about Chris Godwin and Mike Evans. Tyrann Mathieu is going to have a huge impact in this game as well because he's a do-it-all player in that secondary. The one thing that I am concerned about, this team gives up a lot of production to the slot wide receivers. And Trey Palmer is a guy that came out and gave this team a lot of damage early on in the season. They're going to pay very special close attention to him as well, especially in those nickel formations. But watch out for those wide receivers, and it's going to come down to defensive players like Cameron Jordan to get pressure on Baker Mayfield. The same with Pete Warner at that linebacker position and Demario Davis as well. This is going to be a very good football game. But with that being said, I'm going to take the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to win this game 28-17. I believe the New Orleans Saints have too many injuries going on right now on the defensive side, and I do not believe in their red zone offense. But let me know in the comment section below, who do you have winning this game, the New Orleans Saints or the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the video, hit the like button. Most importantly, we want each and every last one, guys, stay safe, stay positive. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Peace.